Max Verstappen warned by FIA for throwing rag at Hungarian GP practice 2025. Max Verstappen, the Red Bull racing driver, has received a warning from the FIA following an unusual incident during the second practice session at the Hungarian Grand Prix. On Friday, Verstappen was seen tossing a rag out of his car, which raised eyebrows and led to scrutiny from the officials. The rag was inadvertently left in Verstappen's vehicle after the team made some adjustments to the car's setup. After navigating turn 3, he emphasized, instead of it potentially flying in between my feet, which was the dangerous part, I drove offline and got rid of it in the safest way possible. So I think the stewards understand. The stewards confirmed that Verstappen explained how the towel had slipped from his lap to the side of the seat while he was in the garage, and the team was unaware it remained in the cockpit. Upon realizing its presence, Verstappen moved to the far right of the track to throw it as far away from both the car and the racing line as he could. In their assessment, the stewards concluded that the towel could have interfered with Verstappen's ability to control the vehicle, thus deeming the car was released in an unsafe condition. However, they distinguished this incident from cases involving harder, potentially more dangerous objects left in the cockpit, resulting in only a warning to the team. Interestingly, Bernie Collins, a former head of strategy at Aston Martin, commented on the incident, stating, "I've not seen a towel left before," while acknowledging that tools are sometimes left behind during adjustments. He noted that while it might seem like Verstappen should have handed the towel to his trainer before leaving, the high-pressure environment of the garage can lead to such oversights. As for Verstappen's performance, he faced challenges during the practice session, finishing significantly behind his teammate Yuki Tsunoda and expressing concerns about the car's handling. Today was really tough, just a really low grip feeling, not really a balance in the car. It's difficult to say what is the exact problem, he remarked. With Red Bull introducing a new front wing for this race, Verstappen described the car as undrivable during long runs, indicating a need for further investigation into the issues plaguing their performance. McLaren looks strong, and I want to be a bit closer to P3, he added, highlighting the competitive nature of the current season. As the Hungarian Grand Prix approaches, fans can look forward to an exciting weekend, filled with practice sessions, qualifying, and the race itself. All broadcast live on Sky Sports F1. The schedule includes various events leading up to the main race on Sunday, August 3rd at 2 p.m. In conclusion, while Verstappen's rag incident may seem trivial, it raises important questions about safety protocols in Formula One. What do you think? Should drivers be penalized for such incidents, or is it just a part of the high-pressure environment of racing? Share your thoughts in the comments. Red Bull warned after Verstappen throws towel out of cockpit at Hungarian GP. This shocking safety slip-up could have sparked a major incident during FP2 at the Hungarian Grand Prix, and it all started with a simple towel. But here's where it gets controversial. Red Bull received an official warning after Max Verstappen tossed that towel out of his cockpit while hurtling down the track. And this is the part most people miss. Even the tiniest object in a cockpit can become a dangerous projectile. Verstappen was navigating the first sector when he realized the white face towel he uses to wipe sweat had slipped from his lap and settled beside his feet. Worried it might get trapped under the pedals and jeopardize his control, he steered to the inside, aimed for the grass verge, and threw the towel clear of the racing line. For a brief stretch, the discarded cloth lay on the edge of the track as the session continued. Afterward, Verstappen explained his reasoning. That towel normally waits in the cockpit until I pit, but once it moved near the pedals, I knew it could block something crucial. I chose the safest option by driving offline and getting rid of it immediately. The stewards understood my logic, yet the officials still logged a formal warning against the team. Their written decision noted that the car had been released from the garage with the towel already inside. creating an unsafe condition from the outset. They concluded that while a soft towel poses a lower danger level than a hard object, it still might have worked its way into the footwell and interfered with the driver's ability to steer and brake effectively. Shortly after Car 1 left its garage, the driver was observed to have thrown a towel out of the cockpit, the stewards reported. The driver clarified that during the preparation phase, the towel slipped beside his seat, and the team did not notice. Upon realizing its position, he moved to the far right and discarded it to keep it clear of the car and track. We find the car was released in an unsafe condition and issue a warning, distinguishing this case from more severe incidents involving hard objects. Amid this offbeat drama, Verstappen's FP2 performance was far from ideal. He finished a disappointing 14th on the timing screens, more than a second behind Lando Norris's fastest lap, and 0.3 seconds off the pace set by teammate Yuki Tsunoda. Today felt really tough, he admitted. The car had very low grip and no balance. Nothing seemed to work, so we need to dig into the data overnight. McLaren looked incredibly strong, and naturally, I want us closer to third place. What do you think? Was the steward's warning justified for a soft towel? Or is this an overreaction? Could Verstappen have handled the situation differently? Share your thoughts below and join the debate. Max Verstappen struggles at the Hungarian GP. Nothing really works. The Hungarian Grand Prix has stalled out of the gates for Max Verstappen, and the reigning champion isn't sugarcoating his frustration. Nothing really works, he bluntly admitted after a disastrous Friday where Red Bull's RB21 car behaved like a driving on ice experience. The reigning world champion skidded to 14th place in FP2, a staggering 1.1 seconds adrift of McLaren's soaring Lando Norris, and even lagged behind teammate Yuki Tsunoda as well as Haas and Aston Martin. But here's where things get intriguing. Verstappen doesn't just blame basic setup tweaks. He's hinting at a deeper crisis. The car just doesn't have grip or balance, he told reporters during a rare post-session grilling. We need to figure out what's breaking the entire system, not just small adjustments. When everything feels this unmanageable, you start questioning the fundamentals. The Dutch driver immediately bolted into Red Bull's high-tech engineering treehouse for an emergency summit with team principal Laurent Mekies and Tsunoda's engineers. The mission? Untangle a car that's suddenly behaving like an uncooperative beast. Verstappen knows his squad's Milton Keynes wizards have pulled off overnight miracles before, but he's not leaving anything to chance here. We've got work to do, he conceded. Not the kind of problem you fix in 10 minutes. And this is where the drama thickens. For all Verstappen's complaining, his weekend hit another pothole when the FIA stewards pinged Red Bull with an official warning over a rogue towel. The incident, where a forgotten face wipe slid into his cockpit mid-session, escalated into a safety red flag. Critics might argue Verstappen overreacted by flinging it out mid-lap, but he defended the move as a safety-first play. The stewards get it, he shrugged. Better to risk a warning than have it blocking my pedals. Tsunoda, meanwhile, offered a contrasting perspective from the sister garage. While clearly enjoying a more balanced scraps in 9th place, the Japanese driver confessed he's battling a grit drought, rather than Verstappen's cataclysmic balance issues. Grit's the missing piece for me, he revealed. At least in FP2, we found a few clues. Combining Max's data with ours might reveal the hidden pattern. But here's the elephant in the paddock. Red Bull's crisis contrasts sharply with McLaren's resurgence. Norris left the rest in his McLaren-powered dust, and teammate Oscar Piastri flirted with the top 5. Could this be the weekend Red Bull's championship edge starts slipping? Or just a blip? The debate rages, and Verstappen's stinging honesty isn't cooling things down. I need to see when the McLaren found their speed, he snarled. But right now, even P2 feels light years away. Photos from the Hungarian GP, Friday practice, https://www.motorsport.com/ Hungarian GP Friday in photos /715057 /www.motorsport.com Hungarian GP Friday in photos /715919. Continue with all photo links from original content. Read also. Is Max Verstappen right to commit to Red Bull for 2026? https www.motorsport.com/F1/news Is Max Verstappen's Red Bull commitment the saga's best outcome? 107477. Yuki Tsunoda says comparing him to Max Verstappen is unfair with different car. https www.motorsport.com/F1/news Yuki Tsunoda says comparing him to Max Verstappen is not fair with different car. Max Verstappen finally confirms his Red Bull future for F1 2026. Motorsport.com/F1/news Max Verstappen finally confirms his Red Bull future for F1 2026. www.motorsport.com/F1/news Max Verstappen finally confirms Red Bull future for F1 2026. Max Verstappen attempted to justify overtake by quoting Ayrton Senna in hilarious admission. Motorsport.com/F1/news Max Verstappen has attempted to justify overtake by quoting Ayrton Senna in hilarious admission. 10746903. The big question is, do you believe Red Bull can A, fix this mess overnight? B, is this a sign of